scrape it up, and then if you want, you can make it up. Take it up, drop it back down so you shake it up. Scrape it up, and then if you want, you can make it up. Take it up, drop it back down so you shake it up. I'm always first, that's crazy. My future never been hazy. I'm gonna pop it till I drop, cause I ain't dropping Miss Daisy. I'm always first, that's crazy. My future never been hazy. I got a boast, I move like a ghost. Give them that Patrick Swayze's. All of them lost, they knew the cost. I chase them down, I'm the boss. Up in the circle, hitting that purple. If that don't work, maybe a perk. Well, Madison High, that is the spot where I get paid every raise. Sign on my checks with a big X, then get up out of my space. I'm always first, that's crazy. My future never been hazy. All of my shit, always legit, it's just what my mama gave me. I'm always first, that's crazy. My future never been hazy. Call it a win, once I begin, I'ma do it for my baby. Running back, watch out cause I'm on the attack. Passing by, it's easy, I'm not gonna lie. Running back, watch out cause I'm on the attack. Passing by, it's easy, I'm not gonna lie. I'm always first, it's crazy. My future never been hazy. I am the one, hot like the sun, winning the races that pay me. I'm always first, it's crazy. My future never been hazy. Hitting the throttle, popping the bottle, pour it on top of like gravy. It's never a cap, winning the snap, and no one got nothing to say. I'm in every place, taking every race, nobody can get in my way. Tapping the brake, first to the tape, I never knew how to die. Give all the rest, all of my best, all that it takes running dry. I'm always first, it's crazy. My future never been hazy. You think you know how this will go, don't be so goddamn hasty. I'm always first, it's crazy. My future never been hazy. I'll see you there, blood in the air, victory's gonna be tasty. Crazy. My future never been hazy. I'm always first, it's crazy. My future never been hazy. I'm always first, it's crazy. My future never been hazy. I'm always first, it's crazy. My future never been hazy. I'm always first, it's crazy. My future never been hazy.
Here at TWRS, we're always here to help our squad when they need a little push in the right direction. That's just who we are. We're a beautifully diverse group of goofballs dedicated to driving fake race cars as fast as possible. And we continue to push each other to the front using the power of nonsense. We have one of the strongest NASCAR programs on the service, and you can access it all for $24.99 a month. And we just released individual subscriptions for $14.99 a month for each NASCAR vehicle. We also just added a rallycross program, and our IndyCar program is taking off as well. So come join the weird side. We have speed and cookies. Cookies are not included in some locations.
Need reliable electrical solutions you can count on? The UES group of companies has got you covered. From electrical installations and repairs through to all your compliance and tagging requirements, United Electrical and United Essential Solutions are here to help. Whether it's commercial electrical projects or home renovations, United Electrical can help make it happen. Need to secure your investment with an automatic gate? We can be there from the start of manufacturing right through to the final installation. We even offer excavation services to reduce the need to employ multiple trades. Need to get your electrical equipment tagged to meet compliance? Our United Essential Solutions team are here to help. Appliance tagging, emergency lighting, switchboard inspections, building compliance? Look no further than United Essential. UES Group is 100% Australian owned and operated. We pride ourselves on our customer service and commitment. Visit uestas.com.au or call 1-300-122-598 to learn more. Or find us on Facebook and Instagram.
Good evening, one. Good evening, all, and welcome to TNT. That's Tuesday Night Thunder Shock Series. Here live, brought to you by Inside Lane Productions. It is Tuesday night, and that means we are going round and round and round. Here we are up in the booth. It's me, Joe Locastro, joined by Big Al with Kobe Jordan down in the truck. The real man making it happen down there, and we are live here from beautiful Kevin Harvick's Kern Speedway for round 8 of the Shock Series. And Big Al, are you jazzed for tonight's race?
Man, super jazzed. Glad to be here. Super excited. It's been a long week, man. I'm telling you, waiting on these Tuesday night shock races to come back around. It's really kind of got me all up in the head. So tonight, Joe, this is the one I've been waiting for right here, Kern County, the Kevin Harvick special. Let's get it going, baby.
Woo, that's what I like to hear. And here's a few details about tonight's race. We got 2 races tonight, back to back for you folks. Actually, a 15-minute stint and then a 30-minute inversion of the field there. So 45 minutes overall of fun racing ahead. 20 to 25 minutes of fuel in the tank. So you'll be able to do the whole first race without stopping. It'll be a fun sprint to the end. 4 sets of tires, 67 in the air, only 69 on the track right now. Not bad, nice, in fact, with sky conditions very clear. Wind is 18 miles an hour out of the west. Holy mackerel. That is going to affect a few things here for sure. Even on a short track like this, 18 to 17 miles an hour of wind is going to be formidable.
Yeah, that's an understatement. Thank God for little wings.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Let's take a look at the standings right now. As we look into the back half of this, James Watson is currently winning it all with 4 wins under his belt, 246 points, sitting up there at the very top with Brian Labarge, Shear, Long, Fell, Bernardi, Dubois, Camargo, Mins, and Pompiani for your full top 10. I think we're about to get ready to go. Let's get some keys to the race. Big Al, why don't you break down a few tips for going around Kern County here?
Yeah. But the first thing is going to be definitely the biggest precision on corner entry. Got 4 of them. Got to make each one of them count. Next, maximize the corner exit. So this is the opposite of the entry. It's the exit. So once you get precision on that entry, you got to be set up for the exit. And last but not least, tire and rhythm management, which all goes together. Timing the entry, timing the exit, establishing your rhythm, and dominating the race.
Love it. Love it. Good advice here at Kern Raceway, a progressively banked track, so there's chances to race on a lot of different levels here tonight. Could be really interesting to see on this half mile around. This is an interesting track here, folks. This is a track that's got a family legacy to it. Kevin Harvick just this year raced against his own son, Keenan Harvick. When one of the rare situations where a Cup Series champion has raced against his own heir at his home track. So some fun trivia about Kern Raceway here. Just one of 3 tracks in the Kern Raceway race park. Eyes on Michael Long right now, going round and round and round. We got some times coming in for qualifying. Right now, Brian Labarge is sitting up at the top of the qualifying with Michael Long right behind. Camargo comfortably in third, and about half the field right now is still yet to qualify or choosing not to qualify. We'll have to find out here as time marches on. Right now, let's see here. We got a driver about to head out, James Watson. Let's see what he decides to do. He's getting psyched up right now, I can tell.
Indeed, indeed, indeed.
I haven't raced Kern myself. I think it's one of those tracks that, you know, it's if you've got it, you must love it, or you're in a league that had it. But it's just such a fun looking track, and it's for a half mile track with the progressive banking. I'm excited to see how this track races tonight, and it's a great track to have here on the schedule here on the TNT Shock Series. So good choice here on the admin's point of pardon me, good choice by the admins here to include it. It's always fun to see a good short track thrown into the mix.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody loves some good short track racing, and you're going to get it right here tonight. Not your usual Saturday night short track, but you're dang sure going to get it on the Tuesday with the Thunder Shock. Qualifying slowly wrapping up here. Now we got the main man, the leader himself, Mr. James Watson. He's out to turn his lap times, see if he can't best Mr. Labarge, Brian with a Y, as Brian sits up top with a 16.098. Will it be enough to hold? We'll have to wait and see.
Woo, it is. It definitely is.
And then Miles Moore's disconnected. Don't know if he's actually going to have enough time to get his laps down. But you know who's going to have enough time, Joe?
Mm-hmm. Who's that?
Our sponsors, because we're getting ready to take a step away and get some word from those nice guys. And we'll be back with the start and the coverage of the nice main event.
Here at TWRS, we're always here to help our squad when they need a little push in the right direction. That's just who we are. We're a beautifully diverse group of goofballs dedicated to driving fake race cars as fast as possible. And we continue to push each other to the front using the power of nonsense. We have one of the strongest NASCAR programs on the service, and you can access it all for $24.99 a month. And we just released individual subscriptions for $14.99 a month for each NASCAR vehicle. We also just added a Rallycross program, and our IndyCar program is taking off as well. So come join the weird side. We have speed and cookies. Cookies are not included in some locations.
We're back here, folks, on TNT Promotions Tuesday Night Thunder Shock Series. And that means we're about to get things kicked off here. You can see the field is coming alive. Everybody connecting, getting up onto the grid. And speaking of the grid, well, we've got the results from qualifying. Let's break it down. First things first, on the front of the grid, the first person we're going to see is James Watson, followed by Brian Labarge. Then in the second row, Michael Long and Nija Camargo. Then Eric Dubois and Simon Fell. Big Al, you want to take the rest?
Yeah, sure. Next, we're going to have Wes Shire and Miles Morse in 7th and 8th. And then rounding out this 10-car field is going to be Drew Bernardi and Justin Elliott.
I think that is an invert. I think the field is a... We just read the inverted version of the field, but for some reason this is inverted. That's okay, folks. Just run that backwards, strike that and reverse it, and then that's what we've got for the order today.
It's kind of like Sadie Hawkins Day, but with race cars.
Sadie Hawkins Day, but with race cars. I need you to explain that to the people who aren't 100 years old.
I'm not touching that one. I done my part.
That's fair.
Not me.
All right. Well, right now, as you can see, the fastest runners are actually starting in the back of the field right now. It's going to make things interesting here. Or are they letting them by? Looks like James Watson's moving his way up the field just a little bit. Gotcha. Just trying to do some sorting and manually correcting of the grid here. That's all right. I know they'll be sorted out. It's going to be an exciting race any way you slice it, folks. Because remember, we got 15 minutes with 20 minutes of gas in the tank, so it's going to go green all the way. Or it's going to be no gas tank stops during the first race here, the first heat. And what sounds like a pack of angry hornets idling low, in low gear, getting ready to go. Watson getting his tires heated up there in the back, or in the middle of the pack. He's got that back and forth motion of the ocean. Here we go. Everybody get ready. The race is about to kick off here at Kern Raceway. We are go on the Shock Series.
Flags out, racers getting set in position as we finally got everything sorted out. But here we go now. This is what you came to see. First of two heat races, watching the field stack itself up, get ready to go. Simon Fell out front. He's not wasting any time. He got the position that he earned, and he's definitely going to make it happen. Now, I don't know how he got up there, but he's up there. That's all that matters. Hold on to it, Simon, as long as you can. Now, Easy Camargo starting to enjoy his efforts as well, as he is tucked away in second. But then behind the field, there's the Brian with the Y and the guy you came to see, Mr. Watson himself. These guys slowly starting to make their way up to the front, which is going to make this transition even more slippier.
That's right. Now the first four cars here are pretty straightened out. Watson, though, trying to make a dive down to the inside on Brian Labarge. Can he get by that NASA car? Labarge driving like a rocket himself, but that rocket not quite as fast as it needs to be, as Watson is keeping things side by side, taking advantage of that progressive banking, and he has just had enough. Oh! Behind him, Labarge gets loosey-goosey, able to keep the car on the road, though, all four pointed straight. Thankfully, we do not have to stop this race.
Yes, sir.
Let's see if there's any other situations brewing here. Camargo now the next one in the sights of James Watson. Watson side by side doing his thing again, pushing forward, seeing if he can get past Camargo. Can't quite yet. They're still side by side down the back stretch.
Oh, contact car into the wall. That's going to be the 73 car. He's smacking the wall pretty hard there. Miles Morse. Caution not out. Green flag racing continues.
Oof.
As he's going to have to take care of himself by himself. But here's that replay for you.
Yeah, wow, look at that.
He's gonna have a little bit more than a meatball, Joe. He's having a pasta salad right there with meatballs.
Full pasta salad. Yep, the full Swedish, or no, the full full
A
pasta salad.
with meatballs.
Brilliant, just brilliant. Well, let's check back up in at the front.
The olives and everything.
Ugh, you can keep that one to yourself, buddy. We'll take you back live here now. Up at the front, things are crazy. Simon Fell is holding off the extreme attention of James Watson, who is pushing down on the inside again, trying to make the pass. Labarge doing the Watson, picking up a move from James and trying himself down on the inside. It's crazy up here. Simon Fell having to dodge around both of them. Fell holding on to second place now as James Watson takes first. Behind him, Brian Labarge. Fell with a little bit of a slide out of 1 and 2. It's nuts up here. I feel like I'm watching like an arcade racing game right now with the way everybody is driving. They're very, very close. They're very aggressive. They're not really bouncing off each other, but the driving here has been very, like I said, it's been aggressive driving, but it's been good so far. It's been the kind of driving where these guys know that they can make up positions against each other and make passes. Now, James Watson's out in front. That's going to spell, well, it might spell victory for Watson, who is known for these long stints out in front of the pack. Once he gets going, he's really hard to stop. And behind him, Brian Labarge is the next one who's going to be able to stop him, if anybody. But Labarge is... well, he's behind and just getting a little more behind her. Let's see if he can close that gap.
Let's indeed see. This race is definitely bringing you everything you thought you were going to get and more. No shortage of excitement down here tonight.
No shortage at all. Here we go. And now Watson is about 0.7 up ahead. He's not yet a full second ahead of the field, so anything is still possible here. And with the 17 miles an hour of wind, anything could really happen. He could get pushed around the track, as we just saw. He bounced off the wall. That's going to cost him at least a little bit here in these open wheel cars.
Yeah, indeed. This Kern Racetrack, what do you think of this place, Joe? I'd never really been familiar with it, but now that I'm here, got a lot of bit of contact there coming through the back of the 256. Well, that was going to be Michael Long. Oh, got a car around. He's hard into the wall. Parts and pieces fly. Caution doesn't.
Camargo. Oh, he chose immediately. That's Camargo. So Camargo's going to be meatballed for the moment. I'm guessing it's going to be a meatball. That's a meatball for him and Miles Morris. To piggyback off what you mentioned earlier, Big Al, what do I think of this so far? I think this has been wild. It's just been great to see these cars. These cars are Tokyo drifting through these turns, and they're taking full advantage of that banking to try to really overdrive themselves, if that makes any sense at all. I think that they're just pushing their limits in a great way, and it's this track is just bringing out the opportunist in everybody. It's bringing out the technician in everybody, and it's bringing out the daredevil a little bit too, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. You get an opportunity to do a little bit of things that, just, I guess, don't seem normal, but really feel natural, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that
makes sense.
And that's it. That line that Watson's got right now is just about perfect. He takes full advantage of diving down on the apex of the turns. He gets down below where that banking switches from 14 down to 12, and he gets that grip where it looks like almost no one else is quite getting. I guess they're getting kind of as low as he is down there. But he's made really incredible use of this track over the course of this race. And well, the 15-minute portion of tonight's race is well, let's see how far along we are.
I think we're halfway through, Joe.
Yep, just
Right
about halfway through. There we go. There's the clock.
You called it at 7:30. Well, you called it at 7:31. They heard it at 7:30. So I proctored it at approximately 7 whatever. So yeah, you're right on it, and we got that much time left and then some.
Boom. Love to see it. With 7:30 left right now, it's James Watson out in front. Got a little bit of lap traffic, I think, as he does have, I think that's Morse that he made the pass on. Oh, that wasn't Morse. Who did he make the pass on? Oh, Dubois. There we go.
Eric Dubois.
Dubois now cycling back through. Yeah, Camargo and both Morse and Camargo are off the racetrack right now. So Dubois is currently the car is being cycled through the others.
Yeah, but you know, Watson definitely not having any problems tonight whatsoever adjusting to this track, man. It seems that he has got it dialed in, and he is definitely on his way.
Dialed in is right. Very, very dialed in tonight. He's the way I'm trying to watch to see how he's approaching these turns, and he's got an exit to these turns that is just a tight enough exit that he stays pretty far away from the wall. Doesn't really have to worry about getting up into the wall very as much. You know, he did once, but I think since then he's adjusted that exit, and now he doesn't get as close to the wall. He makes it a half a car length off of it before he starts straightening it out. Oh, we got someone loose there in the back. Who is that flying by? Wes Shear in the 16. Scraping the wall now.
Yeah, Wes Shear. He's definitely going to want that back. But you know what? 5 minutes left, and I think you might get a new car out of the deal, Joe. That's the joy of heat racing.
That's true. Yeah, it's true. You get a fresh lease on life. A new start.
A new lease. When's the last time you updated your lease?
Oh, I don't even want to talk about that.
Watson extending his lead now just over a minute. I want to step away for a second. Just over a second and a half now over Brian Labarge.
That'd be hell of a lead right there. A minute.
Yeah. Well, he's got a minute on Camargo and Morse. These two guys are both still behind the lines.
On the track with 18-second laps. A minute goes a very long way.
A minute goes a very long way.
Zoom, zoom, zoom. There we go. Now, just ahead of Wes, we've got Michael Long trying to hold them off. They're side by side, the 16 and the 21. Here comes a battle, folks. Let's see how this one plays out. The 16 really wants to show that he's got speed tonight. He wants to try to keep up and make up positions. But it's been a bit of a tough one for Wes Shire.
Yeah, indeed, it has. Wes came out, seemed very promising, man, but this season it's not been very giving. A lot of guys been losing it big here. A couple guys been winning it big. Shire's been on the winning side a couple of times, so he's kind of felt that, at least tasted it once or twice.
Well, that's fair. as we've got 2 minutes and 45 seconds left on the clock. Let's see if he can get past here and work his way up into 4th place. Not to be content with 5th. He really wants that spot. But you know what? Driving down on the inside there is costing him the entrance and exits to his turns. He's not able to capitalize and get speed off of the track where the rest of these guys are using the track to get speed. Shire right now just can't quite do that. If he's really tucked down on the inside of the 21, it's just not going to happen. He needs a little bit of freedom, and he's going to use that freedom to build up speed. But then when it comes time to make the pass, he's got to make the pass. It's been multiple laps here of him being stuck side by side, and instead of making the pass, he just can't quite get the speed to do it, and it's been costing him. Oh no, he's loose, he's loose! Oh, yep, and that's going to be the 16 up into the wall a little bit. Not a huge smack, but it's going to send him back far enough that I think that he is out of the running in this race right now for 4th place. 4th place looks like it's been locked down by Michael Long.
Wes's woes continue.
That's a good way to put it. Wes's woes continue. Well, there's another 45 minutes. Excuse me, another 30-minute race coming up just after this one. So we're going to be able to see if his woes do continue. In fact, his fortune could smile yet on the number 16. Now up here, James Watson has got a pretty good thing going, but you know who's pretty close there, actually? Closer than I expected. That's Brian Labarge. He's still within a second of Watson. Watson has not gotten outside of a second from Labarge. So I think there's something about Labarge's line that's really working for him right now.
I think that's it, Joe.
And that's it. I was looking for the white flag, but that's it. James Watson crosses the line at the 15-minute mark, and as fast as the timer is over, the race is up. James Watson has won the 15-minute stint here, heat number 1 of tonight's race from Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. And what's going to happen is we're going to take a little break, folks, and then when we come back, we're going to flip this field. We're going to do it all again, but this time for 30 minutes. And we're going to see what happens when a pit stop gets thrown into the mix.
Here at TWRS, we're always here to help our squad when they need a little push in the right direction. That's just who we are. We're a beautifully diverse group of goofballs dedicated to driving fake race cars as fast as possible. And we continue to push each other to the front using the power of nonsense. We have one of the strongest NASCAR programs on the service, and you can access it all for $24.99 a month. And we just released individual subscriptions for $14.99 a month for each NASCAR vehicle. We also just added a Rallycross program, and our IndyCar program is taking off as well. So come join the weird side. We have speed and cookies. Cookies are not included in some locations.
Ladies and gentlemen, ready for countdown.
Man, this is some of the greatest stuff I've ever heard. Ooh.
The tracks you'd forgotten about are the ones you love.
131 Retro.
These go to 11.
Hey, folks, we are back here on TNT Promotions Tuesday Night Thunder Shock Series. And we have got the 30-minute heat coming up with the flipped lid here, the flipped race from the previous results to this grid. Let's break down this grid and see who's going around. Let's do half and half yet again here. This time we have James Watson out in front with Brian Labarge in second. Michael Long in third with Nija Camargo in fourth, or excuse me, Simon Fell in third with Michael Long in fourth. Blah. Wes Shire in fifth and Drew Bernardi in sixth. And take it away, Big Al.
That's going to put Eric Dubois in seventh place, but he's got Nija Camargo on his outside in eighth. Rounding out the top 10 field is going to be Miles Morris and Justin Elliott. Spot that time. Let's get it going, baby. This time's going to be a little bit different, like you said, Joe. I'm going to double the time and even throw in a caution stop. A pit stop.
That's right. This is going to be a little different. Some strategy is going to play in. It won't be quite as much of that arcade racing that we saw earlier with that, the need to just sort of get the place and hold the place. Now you've got to think about gas. You got to think about saving. You got to think about when to really apply yourself and when to maybe hold back a little bit, because the strategies are going to be flying fast and furious once we get close to the end. We got 20 to 25 minutes of gas in the car, which means you're going to get almost all the way to the end of this stint on one tank of fuel. And, once we get to that point, all the gloves are going to be off, man. James Watson aggressively warming up the tires. The only driver doing so right now just wants to get as much heat into them as possible, because once you start attacking these turns here at Kern, you're going to want to have that grip built up in them as soon as you can and have them be weather ready for when those progressive bankings start to hit. And you can see there's a little bit of elevation change too here at this track as we get ready to go here. James Watson in front, Brian Labarge next door. And there's the green flag. Let's go, go, go.
Watson wasting no time getting it going. Going to go right back out and establish that lead that he had earlier, just keeping his dominance in line. Behind him, though, things are starting to shudder and shake as we got cars jockeying for position. Watching that 21 car, Michael Long, he is starting to get around the outside, trying to mount up an attack on the 16th of West Shire. The 16 of West Shire is definitely going to need a better run here in this second run, as he struggled a lot there in the earlier moments of this race.
He did, and he's holding on right now. Shire is holding on very well, and he's trying to make sure that that 21 knows it. And if he can hold on, he can make the pass, he can get into that fourth place spot that he wanted so bad by the end of the last race and didn't get. It's right there if he can just find the power on the inside line. And we've seen there's power there on the inside, but you got to be able to roll off completely to the outside and get all that speed, get a launch on the outside. And it's just watching him come off of these corners where he just doesn't have that kind of speed makes me sad.
Oh, I hate it when you're sad.
Oh.
We know who's sad, though? I do believe there's a car back there that just hit the wall. I'm trying to see what number it was. He's sad. I'm believing that's a 000 of Eric Dubois.
Yikes. Not ideal. Got to keep it out the wall. And speaking of not ideal, that lead has extended here. James Watson is almost 2 seconds ahead of Brian Labarge at this point. He is very fast right now. Very fast indeed. Labarge is second place, holding off Simon Fell, who's back there, but still side by side. There's a little bit of action going on back there. The 21 has fallen back.
Look.
Well, West Shire has taken over that spot for
Oh, car into the wall hard right there. Still no caution. Oh, caution's out for the first time tonight. There you see it, ladies and gentlemen. It was a possibility. I was starting to think they had cautions turned off.
Right? We were just lucky in the first race, and any and all the activity we saw for cautions was really far back in the race, or at least it was, if it wasn't a single person, it was just a small enough hit that they got off the track immediately. But right now, let's go back in the Wayback Machine and see what happened here. Oh, whoop. I mean, let's come back from the Wayback Machine after seeing what just happened there.
It's kind of hard to keep him in the current. It's kind of hard to keep him in the right text, folks. He's sometimes
I've got so many
present text, then he's in past text. I'm like, come on, Joe, get with current text.
Ooh, there it is. There it is. There it is. There it is. All right. Yeah, that was it. Not pretty. And led to our first yellow of the night. Hopefully our only yellow of the night. We've had some good green flag racing so far. Let's try to keep it that way.
Well, we had a couple opportunities for cautions a little bit earlier on that just didn't manifest themselves, but that one, I mean, it jumped up at the right time, and, well, here we are. Going to change the balance a little bit. Drivers could actually come down, take fuel. Don't know if that's going to affect the long haul or not.
You know, it might just. We're at 25 minutes, so if anybody did stop and get fuel now, they'd be running on fumes by the time that they got there, but they could technically do this on one stop at this point. Maybe. I don't think with the hard racing you'd be able to, though. You probably still need one pit stop, even if you stop now for gas.
Yeah, good call. And no one's gonna like slow down on the racing. The racing is gonna be hard.
Exactly. And since there's going to be hard racing, that 20 to 25 minutes, I'm looking at the needle closer to the 20-minute mark than the 25-minute mark on gas.
And I'm also thinking that maybe we still have the opportunity for another caution.
Yeah.
You know, and everybody at home even knows this. The one person that didn't want to see that caution flag come out was James Watson. Well, I think James is going to be okay because he's taking the lead right now. That green flag's going to come out, and he's going to be gone.
That's right, and there he goes.
I mean, he had over a 3-second lead, I believe, for second place right there. And 2.3 over second. I mean, 3 over 3 on third, 2.3 over second. So with that single foul start, that's going to give him the platform that he needs to launch himself. And we're still watching the 21 car because he's going to be doing an epic battle right there against the 73. Ooh, Shire comes low on Simon Fell.
Well, there it is. He's got down on the inside. This is where Shire likes to be. But can he make the pass? It looks like he's going to try. Ooh, look at that behind him. Miles Morris, the massive push.
He really
defense. Oh, no. Morris is into Fell. Fell's around.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a lot. Look, there's a lot to unpack on that one, but I think we're going to have to go back a little bit farther than where the contact really occurred because these guys were out of position, putting themselves in position. You see right there, Miles Morris, he really pushes Simon Feld up high on the wall. Feld now, you see he comes in really choked up there, but the 73 kind of drives through him.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, and then, of course, from that, Feld missing wings, well, that's what he does.
Yeah, Morse really drove this two times during that segment. He drove down really hard to the inside of that fight that was going on between Fell and Shire. And he sort of self-inserted himself into that situation. And I'm not going to say it was bad. Oh, yeah, right. But
yeah, I'm not saying that he wasn't. I'm not saying that he couldn't even be in that spot, but he came in. See, this is where I get in trouble because here's the big Al, that's the analyst that talks about what just happened. He started late. He missed the qualifying run. So he's in the back of the field. Now he makes his run, gets back up front, and he wants people to know that, hey, look, I've got a fast car. Well, unfortunately, that's not what he just demonstrated. He demonstrated, like, hey, I drove in a little bit too deep, and I had trouble correcting. But I'm always wrong, so.
but I'm always wrong. Well, okay, Big Al. I'll give you credit for that one. How about that?
Well, my shrink says. He says it all the time. Just seldom right, but never in doubt. And I get it. I mean, that's my curse.
Won't Big Al, you are always wrong. Every decision you make, every choice you take, it's a wrong choice.
Yeah, no shit. Just like right there, I had a choice. But what did I do? Pick the wrong word.
Around front we say Scheiße.
Scheiße. Rick Scheiße.
Right now, it is not very. There's no Scheiße here. Not for James Watson. He has been just leading this race like the Pied Piper of Hamlin, leading all of the. Was it the snakes or the rats? But I always forget which. He has been leading this race extremely well. He's been demonstrating why he's so dominant in this car in just about every track that we go to. He's the one to fight, the one to beat. He's sort of the Yu-Gi-Oh of the situation. If I want to, to borrow an anime character, if there is one to beat, it's him. And even here at Kern Raceway, a place where we haven't really had a lot of experience or talk with a lot of racers who have, we'll find out during interviews who's really had a chance to race here. He's showing off exactly how to race here. Here comes the green flag again for the restart. And zoom, zoom, zoom. James Watson is off the line like a bat out of hell. Great launch here for Watson. Back in the field. We got a little bit of activity here, way back. Eric Dubois side by side with Simon Fell right now at the very back of the pack, but up at the front, things are straightened out a little bit. And to make things a little bit easier, Fell decides to take a 2.56, a little bit ahead of Eric Dubois, and that's going to put him up in 8th place.
Well, Fell is still being scored as a lap down. So that's one thing
true.
that he has to take into consideration as well.
That's very true. He is the only car currently being scored a lap down. So even though he is one step ahead of Dubois there, he is still being marked as the last car in this race.
Interesting. Watching this, Watson's found his groove. And he is wearing a hole in those shoes tonight because he is definitely tap dancing all the way around this racetrack. And he is not really changing a whole lot. So the guys behind him, if they could just get close enough, maybe, Joe, to kind of carbon copy his lines.
And that's what you got to do. Carbon copy the line that works best.
Yeah.
Unless you're absolutely certain that you've got some kind of great strategy up your sleeve.
Oh, got to go hard into the wall again. That's going to be the 000, Mr. Dubois. I believe no caution is going to come out for that one. Let me see if I was correct on that one. Nope, that was the 59 car of Niazi Camargo. And Simon Fell, as a result of that, is also going to find his way down pit road. Kind of a two-car contact here as you're watching on your screen. For a second, you did.
Uh-oh. Look at that hit. Wow. Whoa.
There's a second hit.
Whoa, what a hit.
Yeah, I mean, Simon, I do believe, I think he's done. I don't know if he has any fast repairs. Not even sure how many they had starting this thing, but that's just 2 whacks back to back for him. Ooh.
Yeah.
You got a little squirrely set there from Brian Wood Y there in the 8 car. That's for whatever reason. He just lost. I mean, if we could go back and watch that car stepped down on him. Reminded me of my ex-wife. Yeah, just having I don't know if that was a slip in the conditions or what, but big checkup for him.
Well, we'll take a look and see.
Yeah, but well, I think we're just a little bit at the end of it there. But what I didn't see the first time, he actually lost contact. He lost control of the car and made contact with the wall. So it was even a little bit more dynamic than I would have imagined. So, yeah. Be watching out for him as well. Yep, there it was again right there.
Yep, down to the inside. Such a very opportunistic driver.
Yeah, speaking of opportunistic, though, you still got to give homage to James Watson now having almost, I just looked, it was a 2.5 second lead over second place. Now it's down to 2.3, but he is hovering right there around that mark, and it won't be long before he pushes it all the way to 3. 16 minutes left to go in this. I think if there is another caution, that's really going to have a big impact on pit road strategies. But if there's not, well, we're still here for it. As Simon Fell and Niaji Camargo both are out of the contest.
And Camargo is, yep, he's on the other side of the wall right now, taking the car up and putting it in the truck. Simon Fell is about to do the same, I think, as he has got the meatball after that collision. Which now puts Eric Dubois as the car that is a lap down. The other 6 drivers still on the field, all competing.
Yeah, just at different levels. I mean, there's a couple guys that got right off the bus and got punched right in the mouth, and you could tell that. And then some guys, you know, they kind of got off the bus in stride and just like took an easy one over the shoulder.
That's the spirit right there.
Yeah, and the reason I'm saying that is, like, if you look at Watson, he's pretty much handled everything that's been thrown at him. And just kind of caught it, thrown it back. Another car hard into the wall here. Caution is going to come out. That right there is the 86 car of Drew Bernardi.
Oof.
Yeah, and so seeing that and then seeing also the trouble that Brian had a little bit earlier, that definitely is going to lead me to believe that there is definitely handling issues going down on the track there. Maybe even something to do with the wind. You know, because the wind is still 18 miles per hour on the track surface.
That's insane that it's 18 miles an hour.
Yeah, definitely going to affect something. Speaking of effect, let's go ahead and take a step away and get a word from our sponsors. Give them some attention. We'll be right back with tonight's coverage.
Ladies and gentlemen, ready for countdown.
Man, this is some of the greatest stuff I've ever heard. Ooh.
The tracks you'd forgotten about are the ones you love.
131 Retro.
These go to 11.
Here at TWRS, we're always here to help our squad when they need a little push in the right direction. That's just who we are. We're a beautifully diverse group of goofballs dedicated to driving fake race cars as fast as possible. And we continue to push each other to the front using the power of nonsense. We have one of the strongest NASCAR programs on the service, and you can access it all for $24.99 a month. And we just released individual subscriptions for $14.99 a month for each NASCAR vehicle. We also just added a Rallycross program, and our IndyCar program is taking off as well. So come join the weird side. We have speed and cookies. Cookies are not included in some locations.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race.
Hey, folks, we're back here, and we are green here on TNT Promotions Tuesday night. Oh, my God, there he goes.
In the air. I mean, airborne. There's a song about that right there. I was sorry to talk over you, Joe, but I was like, I believe he can fly.
You're fine. I believe he can touch the sky. Wow, look at that. A little wheel hop action right as we call the green flag. That's going to be LaBarge up into the air. That NASA mobile is going to get its namesake completely taken care of, and unfortunately, that's going to be him also down pit road with a little toe action.
And you know, a little bit late for the Summer Olympics, but I'm telling you, that was a very nice move. I saw a flat handstand with a double back over and a true pirouette with a 560 on the end on the landing.
That's a high degree of difficulty right there for sure.
Very high. That's definitely right there, 9.3.
9.3, 9.2, 9.3, and 7.0 from the Russian judge.
You know, if you would have did it in the gymnasium instead of the racetrack, solid 10.
Solid 10. Yeah, that would have been about it. But unfortunately, we saw it on the racetrack. You know what that means, though? That means your car is messed up.
Yep.
You ain't gonna race much after that.
These cars ain't meant to jump.
No, they are not. They are not meant to jump. They are not meant to go over bumps. They're not meant to do much else other than really grip that track and stay low and stay fast. That's what these cars are designed to do.
So Brian came in here strong contender, like up front. He was definitely, I would say, was going to be on the podium. Now, those tides have changed.
Those tides have changed. A massive reversal of fortune here. As the wheel of fortune turns, so does it turn for Brian LaBarge.
Yep. Lights are going to be off on the pace car. He's going to be out of the way this next time by, and then we'll be back in the hands of the wise master, Mr. James Watson. James been leading this thing from almost flag to flag, both stages thus far. They had a rocket ship when they pulled that thing out of the truck. We saw it in practice, and we knew it was going to be fast. Just didn't know quite how fast it was going to be, but you still got to give it out there to Miles Morse because this guy got caught up in the door. You know, he was late, skirt was crooked, but he came out here and they straightened it out. Man, look at them, Joe. They're battling for a podium.
Yeah, Morse is definitely had been a lucky one here now. Oh, wow. We go green. What an interesting start here. And Shire immediately dives down to the inside, tries to take advantage of that. Ooh, big snap out of Shire.
I think he was trying to.
Watson's going to get it.
I think he was trying to take a little bit of some air off the back of the wing of Watson there on that start, trying not to get him that drive that he wanted going into turn one. Might have cost him a little bit, but does seem like he has got her back under handle. Now, if he can keep Miles Morse at bay and he can just kind of keep his arrow, his target lined in up on Watson, I mean, that's going to be his best move here for the rest of the evening.
In terms of best moves, we'll have to see how they play out. Because there's only a few people left to make best moves here. We're starting to lose racers.
Then there were 4.
Yeah, exactly. Right now on the lead lap, there are only 4 racers right now. Long, LaBarge. So Long is 6, 7 laps down. LaBarge is 9 laps down. So the number of racers we have racing at the top here in the last 7 minutes and 30 seconds is 4.
And 2 of those 4 going at it pretty heavily here. As you're watching the 73 of Miles Morris and Wes Shire battling for what would be second position. Both of these drivers trying to figure out the best way to get around the track to catch up to Watson. The 73 of Miles Morris is convinced that Shire does not have that recipe.
Yeah, he seems to think that he can get by him, but we're not seeing him close the deal either. He's not sealing the deal. He's getting down on the inside. He's doing kind of what Shire would be doing earlier to other drivers, getting down on the inside of him, but he's not got the similar to Shire from earlier also. He doesn't have the momentum necessarily to make the pass easily. He's really fighting for that pass on the inside. Oh, no! Well, now he's not fighting for anything.
It's going to come out. At least, I think his car is going to be intact enough that he's going to be able to continue. Don't know if he's going to be able to remain unscathed. Yeah. But that's one of those.
He's fine.
That's one of those situations where you just kind of got to eat what's on your plate.
Yeah.
Nobody will get that. Nobody will get that.
Is it a reference to something?
Nah, I'm just saying.
It's a good saying. I got what I'm picking up what you're putting down, because if we saw what happened here, you saw that Labarge made just a little bit of contact with the back of Shire there, and that contact, Shire was holding his line, and that contact came at a moment just enough for to unseat the balance of the Labarge's own vehicle. It did virtually nothing to the 16, but he was so good.
Agree. But there's 2 cars on this racetrack that should not be racing each other right now. Mm-hmm. And that's the second and third place cars. They need to be working in tandem to do everything they can to decrease the distance between themselves and James Watson. And then you can shoot for it, but they need to work together to try to catch the 39.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. And Labarge will be the next one to put the car up in the truck. You go up over the wall. He has logged out of the race for the evening. Thank you, Brian Labarge, for a very powerful run up till the very last moment here. He had a really great run tonight, so it's sad to see him off the field. 4 minutes and 50 seconds left in tonight's race. Let's see if anyone can give James Watson what for.
Watson's here for it. I mean, and this is his baby. He's carried this thing, named this thing, raised this thing. I mean, I'd hate for somebody to come in now and try to say that the kid's mine, because James is like, nah. He's even going to take probably custody rights with Harvick on this one.
Yeah. We'll just start calling it
this might be
Watson's Kern Raceway.
Raceway.
Yeah, Watson's Kern Raceway. I can get down with that. Absolutely. Pace car is going to be off and going around here right now, and then it's going to be the Watson show for just a little bit while we see if Shire, Morris, and Dubois have anything to say, because after that, everybody else is 15 laps down. So it's a battle for the 4. It's a 4-way fight here at the top.
Yeah, we're just under 4. 4x4x4.
4x4x4. Love to see it. And here we go. James Watson with the launch. What a restart. And with just 3 minutes and 30 seconds now left on the clock, can anything be done to unseat what looks like it's going to be the champion in tonight's race?
All right, looks like Watson came out of there with a little bit of jet boost, because he was right out quick to a half-second lead. And when you hit that off the start, man, that's going to be a long one to try to reel in. Even more so, Shire and Morse have begun their separation with each other, and Dubois, well, he's just trying to remain in the picture.
Yeah, doing what he can. Just trying to remain in the picture is a good way to put it. There up at the front, Watson with Shire right behind him. Miles Morris behind him. These 4 drivers have been the 4 out of the pack tonight that have probably had the most luck in staying out of the wall, with the exception of Morse, who had some trouble earlier. But they've, even with a few pitfalls across the 2 races, these 4 drivers are still on the lead lap, still going around, and with 2 minutes left on the clock, almost exactly the order they're in right now, well, it could be written in stone based on that before any mistakes are made. So let's see if anybody does make a mistake in the next 2 minutes.
Got 2 cars running in close proximity back there. It's going to be Eric Dubois. I can't quite see the car that's with him. Drew Bernardi. Yeah, Drew being scored some 17 laps down, but he's still out there, Drew, because Bernardi likes to party. Whoop, whoop.
I love that turn of phrase. I'm sure Drew does too. 1 minute left, folks. And I think we know who that minute is going to belong to. Here at this legacy racetrack. Here at this beautiful half mile, and here in this ripping wind.
They're showing us 5 to go. We have just around 35 seconds remaining. These laps counting off at roughly 15 to 16 seconds apiece.
And with just 15 seconds apiece per lap, it's going to be a quick one from the white flag to the finish here for James Watson. I think he's just focused on driving his line right now.
You're going to get 2 to go here, which is essentially going to be the 1 to go.
Right.
There's the 2. There's the white.
Yes, sir. The white flag is out. James Watson looking good here at Kern County Raceway. Kevin Harvick's Kern County Raceway.
All game.
Going around. He's done it all, folks. James Watson wins it again here on the TNT Promotions Tuesday Night Thunder Shock Series. Whew. 2 races up, 2 races down, and here we are counting up the results, and the results say that James Watson is the fastest man in the Shock Series tonight. Here is the full result list. James Watson in first, Westshire in second, third, Miles Morris, fourth, Eric Dubois, fifth, Drew Bernardi, sixth, Michael Long, seventh, Brian Labarge, eighth, Nija Camargo, ninth, Simon Fell, and 10th, Justin Elliott. It was a good field of cars. It was a good drive for a lot of them, and we unfortunately lost almost half the cars to calamity during the course of that race. That was a tough one for a lot of the drivers here, what with the wind and with the way everything was going. But in the meantime, we're gonna get ready and do some interviews here in just a minute, I think. Right, Big Al?
I think we need to get us some sponsors first.
Yes,
my
sir.
baby
Let's
mama,
get some sponsors in.
my baby mama over there, she's complaining about bills.
Well, let's get her paid then. We'll be right back, folks, with a few words of our sponsors, and then we'll talk to the guys who went around and won it all.
Here at TWRS, we're always here to help our squad when they need a little push in the right direction. That's just who we are. We're a beautifully diverse group of goofballs dedicated to driving fake race cars as fast as possible. And we continue to push each other to the front using the power of nonsense. We have one of the strongest NASCAR programs on the service, and you can access it all for $24.99 a month. And we just released individual subscriptions for $14.99 a month for each NASCAR vehicle. We also just added a Rallycross program, and our IndyCar program is taking off as well. So come join the weird side. We have speed and cookies. Cookies are not included in some locations.
Hey folks, welcome back to the post-race show here on TNT Promotions, on Inside Lane Productions, bringing you TNT Promotions Tuesday Night Thunder Shock Series. We've got some racers we're going to talk to here. We're going to talk to second place and first place. First things first, though, I'm going to pass the microphone over to Big Al, and we're going to talk to the second place driver, Wes Shear. Wes, can you hear us okay? And I'm going to pass you over to Big Al.
Hey, Wes, Big Al up in the booth, man. How you doing tonight?
Yeah, doing pretty good. You?
Man, I tell you what, I'm doing pretty good. I appreciate you asking, but we're here to talk about you and your second place finish. That's got to feel pretty good.
Yeah, that was definitely one of the races. My car felt absolutely terrible all night, so pretty happy to come away with that one.
Yeah, that's the next thing I was going to say. When you pull that bad boy off the trailer and you started, going into your practice rounds, were you surprised to be where you finished versus where you started?
Considering where my car was the entire night, practice, qualifying, or finding the wall and qualifying, and then most of the race, yeah, I'll be honest, I'm shocked I finished. It was that was a rough one.
Yeah, is this your first experience here with the Kern County Raceway?
Nope. I'm pretty surprised at how bad the setup was, given how good it was last time I was here. I was expecting to roll off the trailer and I'll be like second or third, and that was borderline undrivable.
You think that 18 miles per hour wind that we had going from the northeast, you think that had anything to do with it? Did that affect your car at all?
It certainly didn't help. I think that, plus, come to think of it, last time I was here, it was in the day. That potentially would also be a very big part of it. So it is what it is, but yeah.
Windy changing racetrack. And you came away with second place, right? What else you want besides a hot dog?
Yeah, really.
Man, that was an awesome performance here, and those were the questions that we had, and I think you're kind of lining up the same way we did. So did you get a lot of practice reps in, or did you just kind of like tried to take this one off the way it felt last time?
Yeah, and I did not get too much in the way of practice, and I planned my night very poorly and really only had about 10-15 minutes worth of practice.
I'll tell you what, it worked out for you, boss. Who you shouting out here for your overall dominant second place performance?
Yeah, as always, got to thank you guys for the broadcast, and got to thank the guys here at TNT for helping put this all together, and a big shout out to Homestead Coffee, keeping me awake and alert enough to keep this thing mostly out of the wall tonight.
You definitely did that, boss. As I always say, don't party too hard. Wes, we'll see you next week.
Yeah, thanks. Have a good one.
That was Wes Shire. Back to you, Joe.
You got it, my friend. You got it. And now we're talking to the winner who takes it all, James Watson. How you doing there, James?
Doing all right, guys. How are you?
We're doing pretty good. You started at the back of that 15-minute stint, and you drove your way to the front of it, and then ended up sitting at the front for the rest of the race. You a fan of Kern Raceway, I'm guessing?
Yo. I I've struggled here in the past. This track hasn't always been the kindest to me. It's very hard on tire wear, so I kind of struggle here and other high tire wear tracks. So I wasn't, and Brian tends to be really good at tracks like this, so I wasn't too confident coming into tonight. But I also was I had a little bit of a bone to pick with this track, because the last time we raced here about 4 seasons ago, I took myself out of a podium spot trying to plug in my fan. So I kind of wanted to come out here and try to avenge that horrible mistake in some way, and I ended up avenging it in a lot better way than I would have expected on this one.
Yeah, you avenged it very well. Big Al used the word dominant for second place. I'm going to use the word dominant for first place. You really locked into first place and stayed there the whole night. Managed to not have to drive too defensively either. I think there was maybe only a few moments where it looked like you were trying to defend against some of the action going on behind you, but you, for the most part, you were a good couple of seconds. You were a good second or so ahead of everybody for most of that race. Now, you said there was a lot of tire wear. Did the fact that there was a pit stop thrown into the second race, did that? I mean, there was enough yellows there that the pit stop situation really didn't affect you very much, did it?
No, because we were gonna have to pit at some point for fuel, because we weren't gonna be able to do the whole 30 minutes with our fuel limit. So I knew the pit stop was coming, and I obviously knew we were going to be able to get through halfway of the race on one tank. So once I was considering pitting with like 13 minutes to go or so. So when the caution came out right at halfway, it's like, oh, okay, might as well now just go forward and hope the tires last, because the tire wear was a bit. I wasn't too thrilled with the tire wear after the heat race. It was like 59 on the right front, so I was a bit nervous. But I did make a couple changes that helped loosen the car up a little bit. So it was as solid, I think, as I was gonna hope for with my driving style and how I race this place.
All right, man. All right. Well, it worked out. The adjustments seem to have paid off for you, and you walked away from that in first place. Is there anyone you want to thank or shout out to for a great drive tonight?
Yes, sir. I gotta thank everyone at Team Watson Racing Setups. Use code WATSMAN39 for 10% off at checkout. Gotta thank Binks Designs, Icon Sim Racing Apparel, Inside Lane Productions, ZS Designs, Dizzy V Designs, and Control Z Designs for putting together my paint schemes, my folks and Megan for watching at home, and got a gift shout out to our former competitor here at TNT, Victor Aldrich. Victor's been going through it a little bit, so we're thinking about you, buddy, and hopefully things get a little better here.
All right, my man. Well, thank you very much, James, for your time.
Oh, and real quick, Miles, since his headset isn't working, he also wants to thank his sponsors, Team Watson Racing Setups, Potomac Hydroponics, Precision Entertainment, iRacing, iFlag, Icon Sim Racing Apparel, and he would also like to publicly apologize for his on-track performance and whom he made suffer.
Yeah. Well, you still came in third place, so there is something to it. Fantastic work, and thank you for conveying that message there from Mr. Morse. Much appreciated there, James. And here on Victory Lane, we love talking to you. Hope we get to talk to you again real soon.
Here's hoping. Cheers, guys.
Cheers. That's James Watson, first place gold medalist here out of Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway. And with that, well, the race has come to its natural conclusion. Big Al, what is your takeaway on this one?
I think it's time for me to head south.
Yeah, me too. I think it's time for the migration to happen.
Yep, it's time to head south.
All right, and head south we shall, folks. Take a look on your screen for some information about TNT Promotions and what's going on here with Inside Lane Media, Inside Lane Productions. We got a lot going on here. If you want to be a driver here, you can always search for the Spartan Sim Racing League information. And if you want to follow along, be sure to hit that subscribe and like button if you're looking down there on YouTube. Much appreciated. Thank you for watching, everyone. Take care. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you next time on TNT Promotions Tuesday Night Thunder Shock Series.
Here at TWRS, we're always here to help our squad when they need a little push in the right direction. That's just who we are. We're a beautifully diverse group of goofballs dedicated to driving fake race cars as fast as possible. And we continue to push each other to the front using the power of nonsense. We have one of the strongest NASCAR programs on the service, and you can access it all for $24.99 a month. And we just released individual subscriptions for $14.99 a month for each NASCAR vehicle. We also just added a Rallycross program, and our IndyCar program is taking off as well. So come join the weird side. We have speed and cookies. Cookies are not included in some locations.